Hey, how you doing? It's Eugene the Explainer, and I'm here to explain something to you, which is how the word welcome came to be as far as us putting it in front of our houses. Now, first, I'd like to give a big shout out to my bigger sister, Athena, who gave me this lovely green mat. She said it should help things pop on the screen for my YouTube channel. And this snowflake welcome sign is from my bigger brother, Durbert. I keep it inside my house so the weather doesn't deteriorate it. So, the word welcome. This goes way, way back in time. Not as far as caves, but pretty close. Men and women, they got tired of living in caves because they're cold and dark and damp, and usually a bear lived in there and maybe a snake and just, all kinds of icky stuff. So they wanted to get out and live, out in the sun. So there's a group of 3 people, and one person said, okay, I'm going to build my house out of sticks. So they built their house out of sticks. And then there's a strong wind that came through, and it sounded like a howling wolf. And it blew the house down. Well, the second person said, I'm going to build mine out of straw. They built theirs out of straw, and then this howling wind, it sounded like a wolf came through, and their house blew down. Well, the third one said, I'm going to do mine differently. I'm going to build mine out of stone. And then the wind came through. It sounded like a howling wolf. Oh, oh. And it didn't blow down. It didn't blow down. But everybody was so afraid that it was going to fall down like the other 2 that they couldn't get anybody to come in. And back then, they called their homes dwellings. They didn't call them homes. Homes and houses is a modern word. So nobody would come in their dwelling. So I said, well, what am I going to do? How can I get them to come in and let them know it's safe? So they made a big sign. Now, at this time, words and language, that was Sanskrit. Everything was written in Sanskrit. If you look it up, you'll find some interesting stuff. So they chiseled out a sign in rock that said, well, comma, come on inside our house. It was tested by the howling wolf winds and it's safe. I know it was a long sign. It took him quite a while to make it, but that's what it said. He put that up. He leaned it up against his house, and people started knocking on his door and came inside, and they had some fish, and, he put on he couldn't put on a pot of coffee, I don't know if they had coffee beans back then or figured that out. Maybe tea, they probably got some leaves, put them in a pot over some wood on fire, some wood, burning the pot and having some tea. I don't know. So anyway, he got people to come inside, and this is great. Well, time passed, and that stone block with all the letters in it, it started to deteriorate, from wind and age and water. And then one day the archaeologists found the sign. Well, all they found on this big stone was WEL and then COME. Now it was in Sanskrit, but the original sign was gone, which was, well, comma, come on inside. It's been tested by the howling wolf winds. It's all safe. But they thought, hey, they had the word welcome on front of their homes. So let's do that. So people started having signs that said welcome. So that's where the word welcome comes from, way, way, way back. And I want to thank you for coming by and learning this from me, from Eugene the Explainer. And I hope you have a great rest of the day or evening and week. Thanks for coming by. And please subscribe to my channel and click the ringy bell thing so you get alerts, and also like the video. I'd really appreciate it. So, hey, thanks. You have a great one. Over and out from Eugene the Explainer. Bye-bye.